Welcome to video 8 in the series Learn Brazilian Portuguese with songs. I'm Susanna Zaraysky, the author of the book Language is Music, and the version of the book in Spanish is El Idioma es Música, and the point is to learn foreign languages using music, TV, and different forms of media. I learned 7 languages, mostly because I was using media outside of my classrooms, and I had a lot of fun, and I'm here to help you have fun with Luciana's grammar and pronunciation lessons, to use Brazilian songs to learn Portuguese.
Oi, tudo bem? Eu sou Luciana, da Street Smart Brazil. I'm really glad to partner with Susanna to create these videos. And Street Smart Brazil teaches Portuguese via webcam. We have students all over the world, even students who live in Brazil and learn via webcam with us. So check out my website, streetsmartbrazil.com, to learn more about it and to request your demo class. It's free. And today we're going to use a song by Chico Buarque. It's a really beautiful song. It's called Apesar de Você, which means in spite of you. And Chico Buarque comes from an intellectual Brazilian family. His father, Sérgio Buarque de Holanda, was a historian, a sociologist, and a journalist. Chico Buarque's mother, Maria Amélia Cesário Alvim, was a painter and a pianist. Chico Buarque is also brother of the singer Miúcha and the politician Ana de Holanda. So you see, it's a very intellectual and active Brazilian family.
With many strong women.
Strong women, yeah. This song, Apesar de Você, was a protest against the repression, the lack of freedom that Brazilians experienced during the dictatorship in Brazil. We had 20 years of a military government from 64 to started transitioning out of it in 84, but 85 was when we really had a non-military president. In 68, Chico Buarque wrote a song called Roda Viva, and that song was not well received by the military government, and Chico Buarque was in jail for a few days, a short period of time. And in 70, he actually decided to leave Brazil for a while. He went to Italy, and in that same year, in 70, he recorded Apesar de Você. And it's really interesting because when I listen to this song, it's clearly talking about, feeling repressed and oppressed and being against it, but the song was actually, the censorship didn't get it for a long time. And the story goes that at one point Chico Buarque was asked by the military government what the song was about, and he said it was about a woman, a very authoritarian woman, a relationship that didn't work out. But eventually they caught up with that, and the song was removed from every store, the records were destroyed, and in 74 everything by Chico Buarque was censored. There was nothing by him available in Brazil, and he started submitting his work for approval because it was a dictatorship. Everything needed to be approved, and he started writing under different names so he could get his stuff passed.
Well, I'm really glad that we are working on this song because actually Luciana and I first connected via Twitter because she posted something on Chico Buarque's birthday about this song, and I asked her if she uses music in her classes, and that's how we started communicating. So we went from one Twitter message to sitting here and making our video number 8.
That's awesome.
Power of Twitter.
Yeah.
And for me, obviously music is huge because that's what I talk about to learn languages, but many times people tell me, I'm not going to learn much from songs because all the songs I hear on the radio are these melodramatic love songs about someone broke my heart, I love someone, they won't call me, and all that kind of stuff. And after a while, most of the words are repetitive. And I have to tell them, but no. There are many songs that are about social issues, poverty, about religion, about political things. If we think about the music in the United States during the Civil Rights era, anti-war songs, we have Bob Dylan, Joan Baez, who were writing songs about that. And those songs motivated people. If we think about U2, which is the biggest rock band in the world, they have a song like Sunday, Bloody Sunday about a riot in Northern Ireland. So you can learn history through songs. But one of the difficult things is that because these songwriters have to get through government censors, they many times use metaphors, which as a language student can be very difficult to understand if you're trying to figure out the metaphors. So we're going to sing or discuss 3 different parts of the song so that you can learn some vocabulary and grammar from this wonderful song, Apesar de Você. Amanhã vai ser outro dia. Amanhã vai ser outro dia. Hoje você é quem manda, falou, tá falado, não tem discussão, não. A minha gente hoje anda falando de lado e olhando pro chão, viu? So what's going on here in this song, Luciana?
Yeah, so he starts by saying, amanhã vai ser outro dia. Tomorrow will be another day. And I'd like to mention this word, amanhã. Tomorrow. Spanish speakers.
No es mañana, es otra cosa.
Amanhã. Tomorrow. Now we also have the word manhã without the first A, and that means morning.
Mañana is mañana y amanhã.
Amanhã, tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Oh, it's confusing.
Manhã, morning. So if I want to say tomorrow morning, amanhã de manhã.
Amanhã de manhã.
Tomorrow morning. If I want to say this morning, today, I would say hoje de manhã. So you see the pattern, amanhã de manhã. Hoje de manhã. Yesterday in the morning. Ontem de manhã. So you see de manhã means in the morning, during the morning.
Okay, so what about café de manhã, café da manhã? That confuses me too.
Okay, if you want to say, I want to drink coffee in the morning, I don't want to wait for the afternoon, you say café de manhã. But the word for breakfast is café da manhã.
You make one little difference and you're going to get coffee instead of breakfast. So make sure you know what you're saying. So what do you think it's saying here about the song? It's a protest, right? So
yeah, it's a protest. As we talked about this in the opening of the video, it's against the repression. So he's saying tomorrow will be another day and we'll get over this. Basically, he's talking about, when he says, oh, but by the way, amanhã vai ser. In our video number 4, we talk about how you can communicate the future tense using the verb ir, amanhã vai ser, and we talk about how different it is from the Spanish way of saying it. But he says, hoje você é quem manda. So today, you're the one who gives the orders. Você é quem manda. Falou, tá falado.
that means, tá falado means it's said, it's done with, forget it, there's nothing you can say. So tomorrow's another day. Today you're the one that's ruling, but we don't know what's going to happen tomorrow.
Yeah. And it says, não tem discussão, não. So there's no argument. No one can say anything. No one can be against it. We also, in our video number 2, we talk about the não, the sound, the nasal sound. And Susanna actually wears a little clown nose, to show you how to focus on the nasal sound.
Yeah, and then in this section you hear the word hoje, which means today. So it's just like in Spanish, the first H you don't pronounce, so just like hola. But for Spanish speakers, pay attention because the J in hoje is pronounced as a J sound.
That's true.
And in our video number 2, we talk about the sound of the J, so you can go to that. You know what I found interesting in this section, and as I was singing, I said, falando de lado e olhando pro chão. So people they couldn't be direct in what they wanted to say because of the government censors. So it's as though they had to speak to the side and look on the ground.
It also gives the idea of you're kind of whispering. You're talking on your side and whispering and, checking no one can see what you're saying, no one can hear you. So that's falando de lado.
And since I'm originally from the Soviet Union, I know that during the times of communism, people would be very afraid of their neighbors being able to hear what they were saying. So they would talk maybe in the kitchen because the kitchen perhaps didn't share a wall with their neighbor. And they would talk in the kitchen while they were cooking something, so the sounds of the stove or the sounds of the water would mask what they were saying. And if somebody had a book, they would try to read it overnight because if it was a banned book, they didn't want to be caught with it. So everything had to be done in a very secretive way.
Yeah. And in the next session, this song says, Você que inventou o pecado. So you who created sin. Esqueceu-se de inventar o perdão. You forgot to create forgiveness.
And something I find interesting in the word esquecer is that Spanish speakers probably want to say olvidar, right?
Yes, but no, there is no olvidar.
Hay que olvidar la palabra olvidar en portugués porque no existe.
Esquecer.
Esquecer. But, as I learned the hard way, there's a word that sounds like esquecer, which is aquecer, like to heat up something, like heat up water. And I wanted to tell a Brazilian man, I won't forget you, but I accidentally said, I'm not going to heat you up. Não te quero aquecer. So be very careful. Aquecer, heat up. Esquecer, to forget.
Great.
Now we're going to go over the next section of the song. Apesar de você, amanhã há de ser outro dia. Ainda pago pra ver o jardim florescer, qual você não queria. So here's another section of the song where we're saying the title of the song. So what's going on?
Apesar de você, in spite of you. It's a great expression, apesar de, always with the preposition de. But if you watched my video called Do Brasil, de São Paulo, actually I think the name is de São Paulo, do Brasil, but then you learned that the preposition de contracts with the articles, and sometimes we have da, sometimes we have do. So if I want to say I'm gonna run in the park today in spite of the rain. Rain is feminine, chuva. So I would say apesar da chuva. But and sometimes, my brother is a lawyer and he complains a lot that Brazil, summers are really hot and he needs to wear suit and tie. So they need to wear suit and tie in spite of the heat. Calor, masculine word. So apesar do calor.
And for those of you who speak Spanish, you probably are going to be inclined to say apesar de. But apesar, remember here in Portuguese, if there's an S between two vowels, it's pronounced as a Z, and in a previous video,
yes,
we discussed that. So be careful not to say apesar de. And in the next sentence, amanhã há de ser outro dia. So Spanish speakers, you might think, oh, okay, this sounds like hay que in Spanish. But you're not going to say amanhã há que ser outro dia.
Amanhã há de ser outro dia.
Well, I think one of the beautiful things about this song, not only is it that you're learning about the dictatorship in Brazil and the protests, but this is a samba, so you could be dancing to it. And a lot of protest songs in English are much more, they're slower songs. You wouldn't really be dancing to them. So here the Brazilians can be having fun and protesting at the same time. You guys are very efficient.
We're all about the fun. I'm just kidding, but it's a beautiful samba, it's a beautiful song.
Excellent. Well, and we want to bring you more fun into your language learning experiences, and my specialty is how to do it through music and through the media. Again, my name is Susanna Zaraysky, and the name of my book is Language is Music. In Spanish, it's El Idioma es Música, and you can find me on the web at languageismusic.com, or in Spanish, elidiomesmusica.com.
And I am Luciana from Street Smart Brazil. Subscribe to my YouTube channel so you can see when we upload new videos. Subscribe to my mailing list so you can see everything we're doing. And check out my book, 51 Portuguese Idioms, Speak Like a Brazilian. It's a book on colloquial expressions and it has a lot of cultural notes. And request your demo lesson via webcam. You can learn with a Street Smart Brazil tutor anywhere in the world. Great, I hope this video helped you and I hope you will speak Portuguese with more confidence. Muito obrigada.
Muchas gracias y adiós.
Ciao.